Hi,
So
everyone.
So the question is, do we start our discussion among ourselves or do
Yeah.
we wait? Well, what we can do is just simply,
So let's introduce ourselves. You want to start, Veronica?
yes. Shall I start? Okay, my name is Veronica. You can't see that on my name there, but I live in Switzerland. Born and raised in the States to Swedish parents, therefore my location and my accent. I've been in the business now for, hi Shazim. Sorry, I had to say that, interrupt myself and say hello because I know her. Like I was saying, yes, I've been in the business now since the beginning of this year, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. That's just a short introduction. I'll let the other ladies continue. Maybe Lala, if you're.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is to all the people who's watching. My name is Lala. I'm from Hawaii. Mama of two, work at a hospital facility as an office coordinator. And I'm excited to do this first live with this crew. We had a bit amazing way to get here, but we're going. So thank you for all the people who's watching now and the replay. Thank you.
Melissa, you want to?
Melissa?
Yeah, I can go. My name is Melissa. I'm originally from Kenya. So I know I have some Kenyans probably here watching. I hope mko poa. It's nice to be here and, do our first live. We had a bit of technical issues, but anyway, we are here rolling in. I've been in the business for 6 months. And yeah, that's it for now to do the introduction. You'll get to know us as we keep talking.
Thank you. Can you talk, Rakundo?
Yes, I can. You hear me?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
we can hear you.
Okay. Hello, my name is Clementine, a mom of 4 beautiful babies, and I'm located in North Carolina. I'm from Burundi. I'm speaking like a Marisa language. Karibu sana kwa wenye wanatusikiliza, sisi ni wa kwenu, msisite sasa. Welcome to our live. Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but living in Canada, BC. I speak Spanish. Hola, los seguidores en español. And I've been in the business about 2 months and few days.
So fresh, nice and fresh.
Very fresh.
So we actually have from Hawaii all the way over to Central Europe. So that's 12 time zones, halfway across the world.
Yeah.
We have the other half. They're all sleeping from here onward to the Philippines. They're probably still in bed, but that's okay. So we let that be. What we decided, as we mentioned in our invitation, that this is our first live stream that we have. It's very exciting, with including technical learnings as well. And we have, at the moment in our business, different groups, of course, and different teams. And we all belong to one team. And we are, at the moment, having a challenge. We're having a 90-day challenge within our team. Whoever can and wants to join can do so to whatever extent that they want to, where we focus on certain things in the business and we support each other while we do that. And one of the things that would help us and also help us to get out of our comfort zone and to grow as people is to have go lives.
Yeah.
So that's what this is. That's what sparked this one. And I have to say that I am very thankful and very honored to be on the stage with the four of you. and we have a few more team members that are not here right now, but I really, really am thankful that you're here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's, we're in the middle of our 90-day challenge. I think we're actually at day 50 or something like that, 55. So we're on the end of the 90 days. But what we also would like to bring up here on our episodes are different things that come up during our work. There's a lot of questions that pop up either from people or from inside about how we do things. But mainly to start, we would like to talk about how we found the business and how our 5 stories are in this business. One of the things that have really sparked us to work harder, I would say, or work more focused and to take every day not as a given, but to really appreciate it. Excuse me, I'm getting a little bit emotional, I realize. Is that, what was it? It was in August, right when the 90-day challenge started. One of our colleagues and coaches passed away. She had been battling for a long time, and she went to be with the Lord. She's in a good place, but it made us all realize that a legacy run in her name was Hazel Abizo, as you can see maybe on the screen, that she said before she left that there was still so many things left to do. So we need to remember we're still here and we can do so many things still. And that's a little bit part of my story, is that it's not just for me and my family, which is my why I'm doing this, but also different missions that we do. My son is adopted from the Philippines, so my heart beats for the Philippines and the little children who are not as fortunate as my son was. So that's one of the reasons why I also do this. So that's a little bit my intro, not so much, but I'll let someone else continue.
Sure. Do I go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, thanks, Veronica, for sharing that. And yes, we are just blessed to be able to have this type of challenge, or we meet so many people in this business. We come from globally, so half of the people here, we don't even know each other until we go into this business. So we gain experience and friendship at the same time. For me, I guess in this business, we're just talking about our whys, right? In terms of how and why we went into it. I'm a mom of 2. I come from a Filipino background, so they work is not negotiable, so they tend to work a lot. So I've seen my parents work, my family work multiple jobs growing up. So I didn't have sort of that milestones with my parents because they were so busy working. And so I was raised that way. And so, and I thought, younger days, we can do it. But I think a turning point was when I became a mom 7 years ago with my oldest. So there was always that desire to be able to stay home. But financially, obviously, it wasn't the greatest in that state. And so we thought we just could just work and work. And I always say we work and work until we die, but I don't really want to do that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I needed to find a little bit of a side thing. And so I didn't find a business until maybe about 2 years ago. And so, and then I decided, this might be something that would be a path or an answered prayer that I prayed for, to be able to stay home. And then my second son was born, so that even grew more. The inspiration or the desire grew even bigger. And my parents, both sides, were not getting any younger. So babysitting, watching the kids was not as great anymore. So it left my husband and I juggling all of that logistics. And it was hard. So, especially when the kids are sick and you have to choose between your job and being able to stay with your kids. And so I had to sacrifice getting away and had to provide. So that totally broke me, this is why I'm here. I want to be able to provide the best for my family financially, but also for my sake. I want to be home. I want to be able to see my kids grow, because I didn't have that opportunity when I was older or younger, because my parents just kind of worked nonstop work, carrying 3 jobs, and I didn't want to have my kids go through that same route. And so, yeah, and that's basically why I went in and see so many potentials, and there's so many opportunities in this business with so many people who kind of guide you through the process. You're not solo running with it
Mhm.
like this, right? You see everyone here, we're just jumping
Yeah.
in. So
Yeah.
it's a support, it's a community, I call it, versus a certain, I've gone through some other businesses, and sometimes you just run solo, which is not the greatest. So you have a really good support in this community, which I seen, and then you grow to have that friendship, which goes beyond the business part. So that is why,
Thank you, Lala.
yeah.
Thank
Um,
you.
Hi everyone. Okay, I work in the movie industry, but before doing that, like I actually work in retail too. So while I was working in retail, I realized that I was missing so many events because like because of my schedule. Sometimes I couldn't make it to my family events, or sometimes I will arrive late. But before then, I was working in the movie industry, but I left the industry, so that's when I started to work in retail. So while I was working on retail, I joined the movie industry. And the reason why I did it is because, like I love the flexibility and that it
Mhm.
gives, because it gives me time to spend with my family and travel because I love to travel. But unfortunately, on this year, there was a strike for the writers and actors. So it has been a long period. Like we are not back yet, but pretty soon. So that made me realize, like even though, like the movie industry was good for me, for the flexibility, I still can rely on a job, because if we don't work, we don't get paid.
Oh yeah.
So I needed to find something else, like I can depend on my business, like work for myself and have something as a backup. So I I I was looking through the internet, like finding something, and then I found the ad, and that's how I joined the business. And as you see, like I'm very new to the community. I had the chance to accept to go into one of the convention, and that's when I meet a lot of people, and that's what attracted me the most. Like the big community, like all the support, and it's all global. As you see, like we all are from different parts of the world, which is amazing. Like I love my group because like the, even though like we are uh, far away and distance, like right now in Switzerland it's nighttime, and in Hawaii is like it's more early time than mine in the Pacific time. So it's like we all accommodate to be here and do the business, and we support each other. So sometimes, like we might feel like struggling a little bit, but there's someone else who comes, no, and we gotta be, they motivate us, and that's how we go further in this business. So that's one of the main reasons, and the reasons, like for spending time with my family and travel with my family and having my time, because you have to be live the moment, because
Oh
you
yeah.
don't know what's going to happen, like
Yeah.
for like um like she was saying, um that like I know what it means, like when Hazel was saying that she couldn't do a lot of stuff because my sister-in-law, she had cancer like before. Now she's good, but when she had it, I knew that, like that made me think, like you have to live the present,
Mhm.
sorry,
Yep.
and spend with your family.
Mhm.
It's okay. Well, it's nice to see how much you've gotten into it with
Yeah.
the short time you've been here. And it must have been a real motivation to be at that convention with 2,000 other people and see
Mhm.
them face to face.
Yeah.
Because we see each other face to face, but it's always with a screen in between. So, and I'm glad to hear that your sister is fine now. That's
Yes.
it's a blessing, obviously.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't mention about, I'll just do it, Melissa, and then I'll let you have your
sure.
whole time for yourself. When I started this business, I had been unemployed for a while. I was in the corporate world for over 30 years, most of the time 30 years. And some of it, of course, I enjoyed, but getting finally adopting a son, I realized that I didn't want to spend all day at work, but I had to. I had to earn enough so we could pay for the house, so we could pay for everything. I mean, the adoption itself was also a challenge, but he's been here for a while now and he's a teenager. So, but after COVID, I just realized I don't want to go back. I don't want to be outside of the house for 12 hours a day, or even 10 if I can go home on time. COVID was great. I was here for my son at any moment, and he had issues with his school and things like that, but I was here for him. So I left corporate knowing that, hey, I'm over 50. I want to make that decision of what I'm going to do with the last 10, 15 years of my working life, or more if I decide to. And it wasn't in corporate. That's not where I wanted to be. I wanted to be with my family. That's my why. But I had to find something also that paid well, because corporate does pay well. So what am I going to do about that? And I have to say, I had a plan. I had a plan A. I was going to be a translator online. I was going to be flexible. But then I realized I'm never going to get paid enough here. It's just not possible. And just like Sandy said, I was on YouTube, and all of a sudden there was this ad that popped up in front of my eyes that just, it was not coincidence. It was so fitting, because the girls in that video comes from the same city in the Philippines that my son is from. So we had a connection, and they are wonderful mentors and coaches now. So yeah, I mean, we have our families usually are a big part of our why, but also the practical parts, the freedom, the traveling for some people. Or for everyone, more or less, being able to travel more often, but also the finances has to be sustainable. And this just checked all the boxes. So that's why I started. And since I came in and I saw the community, it's just like, wow, nobody told me about this benefit. This is just amazing. I have never been in such an environment with such kind, loving people all in one place. So there we go, Melissa. I'm sorry for jumping in there.
No problem. So my why, my background is in hospitality. So for many years after I finished college, I had an opportunity to travel to another country, that is Dubai, and I used to work in the hospitality industry for quite some time, for more than 5 years. And just like any other career, most careers, it's a very busy, industry. You are always working. You have different shifts. So sometimes you're working in the morning, sometimes you're working in the evening. You'll have like 15 minutes, 30 minutes break. So you're always eating your food in a hurry. And the companies that I used to work with, so basically you have a vacation once in a year, and you get to travel back to your country. So I used to go back to Kenya. And I only got to spend, 1 month with my family and then go back to the same routine. And for quite a long time, I felt there was something that was missing in my life, work-life balance. I just didn't want to, as much as I loved doing what I was doing, I felt there was something that was missing, work-life balance. I wanted to spend more time with my family. I was also planning to settle down. And, that's something that kept pushing me, like, you need to think of plan B. You need to think of plan B and start planning for your life. So, and actually in the hospitality industry, I couldn't even remember the last time I spent, a holiday with my family, like Christmas or Happy New Year. That's the busiest time in the hospitality industry. You're so busy. So I was just missing that. So until last year, I took a step of faith um, I had traveled to another country, that is Mexico, and I was trying to think, what can I do? Because I was in a position where I couldn't work anymore. I had just gotten married, and I needed something to do that was flexible. So one day I stumbled on this advertisement and I took a step of faith. And wow, I won't forget that day because I got this opportunity to join this wonderful community. I was not a tech survey person. And actually, honestly speaking, I never even used to have a Facebook page, you know. So, and so, of course, it was not easy, you know, starting from there because I'm an introvert person, but this community has really challenged me. Like it's, you know, they've made me come out of my comfort zone. And here I am, you know, doing our first live. You know, I've been thinking of it. I need to do it. I need to do it. At least my people need to know who I am. And here I am. So it's a business that is very flexible because now I can travel. You know, literally I have my business on my phone, and there's so much support. You know, everyone is always there to support you. As I said, you don't need to be a tech survey person. It's a business that a shy person can do. I was there. I was a shy person, and I'm still working on that. So we are just real people here, and very authentic. We help each other along the way, and I
Awesome.
think that's it.
Hopla. Hi, Rakundo.
Hey,
You're back. Thank you,
I'm back.
Melissa.
I'm back a long time ago, but you keep me waiting. That's not good.
Technical issues.
I know. So, for me, the reason why what brought me in the business as a mom and a full-time employee, I worked at the hospital. Been in, yeah, I think that's 5 years. But when I have my third baby, I have little challenge with them because whenever time I came home, they will keep asking, "Mommy, why you don't sit home? Why every day you working?" Because by the time I be home, the time they're at school. The time they come back from school is my time to get ready to go to work. Means that I didn't have that kind of time to sit with them. When it came to my second daughter, she was asking me, "Mommy, why you and the dad keep switching the time?" Means when I'm inside the house, their daddy is at work. When the daddy come home, me, I'm leaving the house. So we never have a time to sit as a family to sit together. The first time she asked me, I didn't take like it. I just, I didn't know what to answer, but I found something. I answer her. She say, I tell her, I have no choice to have to go because I have a bill to pay. I have to go to work, and the dad have to go to work, and that's why it's look like this. And then she say, okay. And after a few days, she asking me again the same question. And when I say this is getting too much then. So, but for that, I didn't know, well, can I do nothing because I was not the person who never thinking about do anything like any other business or something. That was something was far away from my mind because I never think to do that. All I knew was just to go to work and come back home. Just it came one day, a friend of mine, she introduced me in the business. She said, "Sister, I found something." And I told her, "No, I don't have the time." As everybody, when you tell them about the business, they tell you they are too busy when they are not, because maybe they don't want to do it. I was one of them. And I say, "No, I don't have the time, but I'm sure I have the time." But because I didn't want to know what they talking about, I tell her, "I don't have the time." So and I sit there after a few months, and my daughter asking me again. When she asking me, my mind take me to my friend thing. She tell me about how I can be able to work from home. So I went back to her to ask her what she was talking about, and then she told me. She said this is, and I said, oh, okay. I said, son, so my daughter, she's on my head. They keep telling me she never have a time with me. That one maybe work. I said, okay, let me try. That's how I tried. So that is my why. I try this community. I will come in this business because I want have time to spend with my children, my family. And that's the second one. Or many people we have like a financial or problem. Our financial sometimes is a little bit issue. That's why we all go to work sometimes. So that's what another thing. The two things make me to work on this online business. That's my main why. My family and my financial freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
It's a gold or a silver thread through most stories because I
Yeah.
think we were not put on earth to go to work. That was just how we could get by. But to spend
hmm
time with family and our friends and our people,
Mm-hmm.
just people in general.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe we can just mention, and we only have 2 more minutes or so before it's 10:30 my time, um, that this business is something that we have realized creates time for us. Because even just because we work for at home does not mean that we work full-time hours.
Mm-hmm.
And the flexibility makes it also very easy because we can do it when we have time, not between 8 and 12, and then between 1 and 5 or 6 or 7. So thank you, Rukundo, for mentioning that again, because just being able to,
you're welcome.
I mean, to see your children together with your husband at the same time, that must have been a gift.
Yeah, yeah,
I
it
can't even
is.
imagine being a whole family, but never being a whole family.
That's true.
I'll let someone else also, if there's anything you want to add or mention, we'll
Um,
just one thing. I'm sorry, I pop in when I remember things, but we will in every week add a different subject and a different
yeah.
theme.
Mm-hmm.
So there's so much to talk about that we could be here for hours, but we thought we'd put it in little chunks over weeks instead,
Yeah.
make it a little bit more palatable.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So basically, this is just like, an introduction for you people to know us. And with time, we'll have more to talk. And even you can ask questions if you have.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do any of you
And
who are online have a question for today before we round it up? I have seen a few comments, which is nice, so I tried to answer those.
Should
yeah,
say
and
hi to JC, Melania Mangroban, Marta M.E, Maria Minason. Thank you for
Thank you
coming,
so much.
watching. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed. So I
yeah,
want
and
to,
for
yeah,
anyone
sorry.
who might have a question regarding our online business, don't hesitate to check any of the link you see over there and check it out what we were talking about. So whatever you have a question, just yeah, message, DM anyone out there, and then you can get more information on what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
Indeed. I'll put in
yeah.
there the names for everyone. I realized they had been put away when you put in a title at the bottom. We're really learning how this StreamYard works and
Yeah,
making sure that it goes on all of the pages. So we've really learned a lot technically today.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we hope that you enjoyed spending your time with us. And thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. See you next
Bye. Thank you for
time.
coming
Have a
in.
nice day, Hawaii,
Everyone,
Canada.
happy
I'm
Thanksgiving Day
going to
for
bed
the
now.
Canadians.
I'm going to have my lunch right now.
Oh, aguete, we say here. Bon appetit.
Yeah.
Mm,
Bye,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for all
Bye,
those.
everyone. Thank you again for
bye.
everything.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Sasim. Bye, Melanie, Martha, and Maria. Lots of M's in there today.
Bye.
Have a good evening.
Bye.